Hi, it's Michael DePrado here from Next Group Holdings. I'm the president and COO, founder as well of Next Group, ticker symbol OTCQB NXGH. We're on the over-the-counter bulletin board. I'd like to just go over the presentation quickly in regards to an overview of the company and where we're going, and a little bit of the composition so you have a better understanding of the company. We'll be moving down to slide number 2, the forward-looking statements, and if you get a chance, please make sure you read through that and our disclosures thereof. A little bit about us. Again, we have basically our nucleus, our Rosetta Stone, so to speak, is that we have an enablement, a current contract that gives us the reach into over 210,000 U.S. locations, including Walmart, Walgreens, 7-Eleven, Rite Aid, Speedways, amongst others around the U.S., the who's who of the retail holy grail. We have what we like to call our first mile solution. It's a cash to plastic. The simplistic terms of that is that you can actually take a plastic debit card that we actually issue through our partners in our issuing bank, our branded cards, and you can actually take that card and reload that at a destination of one of the 210,000 locations, and or our own distribution points that I'll kind of touch on later on in the presentation, and load a $100 bill or cash to that said card at just about any conceivable time, depending on their availability to be open. We also have the enablement to do direct deposit, ACH, benefits, tax refunds, and so forth. We also have what we like is an additional composition is the gift card aspect of things. So you have your traditional financial card that we're enabling, and the reason why our gift card and our debit card is unique is that they're commingled. They can be used jointly or separately. We also give rewards-based points and dollars to activities and behaviors and habits of our clientele. We also have our demographic is really one that's intrinsic to the prepaid long distance market, the families that call back home to their homeland. We reward those behaviors and give those long distance minutes as credits for topping up reloads and or activities on that card that motivate the compensation for the long distance minutes, as well as the savings that the customer experiences along the way. And as well as we have the enablement of the global remittance and digital currency in regards to being able to send money to another card or another destination or another bank account throughout. That's really those commingled and cross-pollinated components are really very unique and very desirable for the underbanked and unbanked throughout the U.S. The reason is that right now that demographic goes through separate activities to get all those things done, and they're discounted as a buying audience and a group. We want to change that. We want to disrupt that cycle that they've been acclimated to. You know, the traditional ways of sending remittances, which in so many ways they get taken advantage of on fees, and we've got something that in essence saves that same individual approximately about $60 a month on their day-to-day activities and habits. We're going to move on to the next slide, slide number 4. We had an acquisition of Tel3, which is a pinless calling card component. It's basically in what you would probably understand as prepaid calling cards, but one that you do not require the actual card. Your cell phone or your home phone acts as a component to remember your PIN, and you can do direct dial to any international destination or U.S. destination with your pinless component and fabric enabled on your phone. It's a very mature business line, and we've got about approximately 250,000 monthly revenue on that. A little bit more than that coming shortly in regards to some of the announcements and financials that we've got coming. We've got about $1.2 million in convertible debt that we have we've announced recently on our 8Ks that we have a lockup agreement and something that enables us to pay off those notes, at least 75% of those notes. So we're excited about that in regards to some of the activities that we have coming down the pipe. The market cap right here, the good thing is that I believe this is a little bit of a dated skew. As of late, I believe our market cap was about $28 to $30 million with some recent good activities that we're underway on. I implore you to check out our SEC filings as well as some of the press releases that we've had recently. Again, we've got about 246 million share outstanding, about a 70-ish million float, and I believe a little bit more than 70% insider ownership. It was a little higher than the 67.7. So a good majority of the shares that are out there are inside transactions and insiders that have not sold those shares. So it's something that we look forward to in the future that's going to enable us to further grow, as well as show that we believe in our own medicine. Basically, with again, our value prop is most certainly one that is intrinsic to the Latin demographic. We have about 56 million Latinos in the U.S. We specifically focus on Mexican composition. We have, again, the locations that we mentioned, the 210,000 locations. We also have something that's unique to that composition, that we have about our own organic, over 8,000 locations under contract that we reach out to certain bodegas and convenience stores, where the demographic that we seek and search really use these destinations or locations almost like a bank branch or a conciliary. They see them as they go to that destination, that bodega or the convenience store, and they cash a check there, they wire money from there, they buy their products and goods and services, in some cases the foods and beverages along the way, and then they get recommendations on long distance minutes and which card is the best and so forth. So they really look at the bodega owner or the convenience store almost as a guiding light or a pilot, so to speak, to guide them. That's where we see our unique contract that we engaged into in December 2016 that enables us to not only be at these 210,000 locations, but anywhere we turn up our own point of sale destination hardware, we extend that same value add proposition, not only the enablement with the financial products, but the gift card composition, as well as issuing cell phone service if we so desire. One of our subsidiaries is a MVNO from Sprint, so we can actually issue and turn up service at these destinations as well. But again, our focus is most certainly to bank the unbanked, enable their lifestyle and bring them to the current century in regards to, and the current decade in regards to payments. We can actually do bill payments at this facility, issue debit cards, issue gift cards, as well as some additional telecom features and paying your homeland or your family's long distance or cell phone bills as well. Basically, in our world, we call that the top-up aspect. So when you reload a long distance aspect or a cell phone service for a U.S. or a international company, that's called the top-up. So in essence, that one-stop shop, up and above the components and goods and services that they sell in that location, is all going to be centralized in our solutions that of our point of sale and our contracts that I described earlier in the call. Moving down to our slide number 6, kind of describes the point of sale aspect, where there's different verticals within the prepaid segment. One unique one is general purpose reloadable cards, GPR. The GPR aspect of this is really a unique aspect because not everyone has this. We are definitely partnered with the #1 entity in the U.S. To enable us to do this. We have, again, our own 8,800 locations and up and above the 210,000 locations. We also offer, again, at this point of sale, wholesale long distance, prepaid cellular plans, very low, very economic, some of the lowest in the U.S. Global remittance, so you can actually send money from the point of sale machine or your card through an API and feature sets that we're enabling. Bill payments, obviously, you can pay your utility bills and so forth, and we can also instant issue gift cards and prepaid debit cards. The gift cards can range from hard plastic, electronic, emailed, or print on receipt. Very versatile, very much a part of the common thread of the U.S. commerce today. But now we're extending that service and reach to the bodega and the convenience store level. So we're very excited about that. Slide number 7 goes through some of the divisions that we have. We have Next Mobile 360. Again, that's our cell phone prepaid wireless MVNO. If you think of Boost, Boost is an MVNO. Next Mobile 360 is also an MVNO that we own, and we offer the whole family of range of products and services therein. Next CALA, again, that's the financial aspect, our financial technology, Rosetta Stone. We have mobile banking, cell phone banking, everything that you can do online as an online bank that you can do with Chase, Bank of America. We can do online with our service as well. Cash to plastic, you have ATMs that you can withdraw cash on, and you can do daily loads of anywhere from $20 to $500 per day, and it's FDIC insured up to $10,000 per card. Very unique and very enabling technology that we're going to disrupt this whole experience. Next Gen is our software house. It's if you look at our intellectual property, we've got HD telepresence aspects and attributes. We have some lineage that has enabled over $100 million worth of prepaid long distance in regards to a wholesale long distance provider that our software stuff enables. We have, again, Android and iOS systems just like the rest of the universe in regards to that offering and services. Slide number 8 here kind of describes our point of sale, one of our point of sale partnerships that we have as a joint venture, and it kind of goes in through the transactions and what that enablement makes or enables and rewards not only the consumer but also the shop owner and the bodega owner. And again, in regard to our disruption of this whole category, we intend to disrupt the traditional telecom prepaid world. We intend to disrupt the traditional banking brick and mortar world, and we are well enabled with the current contracts to do exactly that. And again, I would implore you to read further on some of our press releases along the way that kind of give you that insight and foresight. On slide number 9, we have a little bit about the unbanked. 56 million unbanked Latinos in the U.S. 20% of them don't use traditional banks. We have a good majority, about 70 to 80% plus, have access to mobile phones, as we would imagine. And we have a lot of that demographic that is the underbanked segment that we cater to that have access to the mobile phone. So if you take a look at our lineage, our heritage, it has been telecom, and we're now most certainly enabling this financial composition to be to take advantage of that lineage and that heritage and move forward with our said application subsets, technology contracts, and our know-how to execute what we envision as eventually becoming the largest U.S. Latin virtual bank in the United States. We have a couple of strategic partnerships. Crispin Porter, CP&B, they're part of MDC, a $1.4 billion New York advertising agency. They own 4% of our current company, and they have helped us create a brand that we're launching called Cuentas for the Latin demographic to disrupt that same aspect of that U.S. wage earner that supports their family back home and spends and controls a tremendous budget. Actually, the largest cash owned demographic is that Latin base, because they currently are not seeking traditional bank accounts, and we plan on changing that because we're going to win them over on the trust factor of rewarding them with those long distance minutes, converting them to a financial product, and at the end of the day, saving them a good amount, almost 10% of their gross monthly check back to them. And that's significant to them, obviously. We have a partnership with a $14 billion private company in the US, and we have part of our contract is that the money transmitter license in those 50 states is bestowed upon us as well, wherever we turn up our destination or our locations. So that's where I was exemplifying that in the 210,000 locations that are the locations for income. However, our own destinations that we would turn up would also lend to that bodega and convenience store realm that really move a tremendous amount of that Latin demographic dollars, not only in telecom, not only financial, just goods and services in general. So we're excited about that partnership. It's been well underway for the last 5 years and took a tremendous new approach late December of 2016. Some of the Incom strategic partners that we have are listed here. The two that are these strategic partnerships, if you take a look at CALA and NXGH, our company, and MEO, the last item on there listed, are both components that Next Group owns and are moving forward with the above Crispin Porter advertising agency to make sure that the branding aspect of Quintus and MEO are known throughout the U.S. Moving forward. Currently, we have issuing banks of the Bank Corp with our product set, and we're expanding that to a couple of different banks along the way with the different programs and products that we're working in partnership with our partners to make sure that we have a multi-threaded approach on the banks that we use as well. The business model on how we make money, again, we have all 50 states that contribute to a MTL license that is bestowed upon us on a contract. We're fully AML and KYC compliant, meaning anti-money laundering, know your client, components to load any kind of monies on a card are a formula that you have to comply to that is bestowed upon us by the #1 entity in the US. And so that aspect is coordinated and run by them, and we have zero of that liability because it's scrubbed by our partnership agreement. Our product and our card and our issued card is fully FDIC insured, reloadable prepaid up to $10,000 per card. A new account fee on a Quintus meal card is about $395 per new account. The maintenance fee is about $395 a month as well, and the reload fee is about $1 on both Quintus and MEO. That's important because traditionally, if you take a look at the financial demographic that's out there, the lowest composition that you have on any checking account is going to be anywhere from $10 to $15 a month. So basically, for the $395 enablement, we're giving this underbanked segment the reach of having that card and all the products and services I just described, the ability to transfer money, deposit their ACH or their payroll card, and buy goods and services, as well as get rewarded on long distance minutes. They're experiencing about a $60 savings just by using that $395 spend. So it's very much a value add proposition. And again, we're going to have them test us on the free minutes when they load, and they've been loyal to us in the past, and I think as a customer subset, they're going to be loyal to us in the future because we're giving them, as a consumer, the bodega and convenience store owner, very much a new value that is rewarded with that behavior along the way, and cost savings and additional margins. We have some long distance minutes that are granted with the cards that we issue, and we also have our heritage with wholesale long distance, so we know where to set the market and the price points and the value composition on long distance as well to attract this disruptive service for both telecom and financial services. Moving on to slide number 12, again, some of the timelines that we launched, different aspects. Really what's important now is that we have the tie-ins to the API configuration, meaning that we have a direct line into the financial subset as well as the gift card aspects of our house and our partnerships. We're launching the brand with our advertising partner. And we're looking at the US, starting with, again, some of the larger grocery store chains in our demographic areas that are in tune or in line with the Mexican immigrants throughout the US, California, Texas, Chicago, New York, amongst others. We also have some of our point of sale components launching out this coming quarter, and we have some enablements in regards to those APIs and code development that is finalizing as we speak in this quarter. So we're going to be able to make sure that we move forward with launching some of these aspects, if not all of them, in short order to increase these revenues for our NXQ. Slide number 13 goes into a little bit about our revenue models. We've got some exciting things that, again, I implore you to read our press releases, that we feel that some of this vision may be improved tremendously, not only on the cost of acquisition of a customer base, but most certainly our profitability and our revenue streams thereof. And again, I implore you to look at our releases recently in the last month that kind of walk into that. We're looking right now as initial bridge financing just to take care of some of the contractual components that we're in line for. Most importantly, the convertible note debenture aspects. We have a payoff amount of about 75% of that 1.1. How that translates is that if there's no conversions, then the stock performance, we feel, is more in line with the long-term investment community that's going to be tied to us. And you have some of the forefronted components that we're announcing on some of these exciting new steps that we're taking in our timeline to improve the company and the shareholder value. And we think that will be the consumer and the shareholder will be rewarded along the way once we take care of that debt. We have a couple of inventory components that we're launching. Again, the beautiful fact is that now we've found a new way of, with some of our announcements of our pending merger, bringing down that cost tremendously for that acquisition of customer base. And again, some of the working capital dollars along the way to just make sure that we expand into the right footprints and the branding awareness thereof, to make sure that we take the brilliant work from Crispin Porter and make sure that it's out to the public masses in good order. We have on slide number 15, I'm sorry, the breakdown of the capital structure. So you can go into it, and again, that's where I was mentioning that we have about an 80% plus ownership insiders that have not deposited or sold shares. That's a strong statement when we've been on this journey for almost cumulatively 9 years to get to this point, from some of the origins therein, from some of the founding members of myself and the other founders that made this happen. Again, we have the shareholdership in regards to the 260 plus million shares, and we're looking forward to take this and really bring a lot of value. As you've seen recently, if you take a look at the historicals of this month, or the range of the shares, you're taking a look at some of the volumes moving back and forth, and positive reinforcement to some of the shareholder value that we feel that are very much a strategic move for shareholders as well as the company itself. We've got a little bit of the breakdown here in regards to the percentages on insider stock ownership. We have the corporate structure on slide number 17. Again, Next Group Holdings is the parent company. We have NextGen, CALA, M&M, Next Mobile, and the aspects of our current ownership into a prepaid or stored value solution set provider that we're looking at making some new milestone changes along the way. NextGen, again, just recapping the business unit. NextGen is our software house. NextCALA is our financial product subset, our Rosetta Stone. M&M is what keeps the lights on and keeps our burn rate very low, if not almost zero, in regards to wholesale, long distance, as well as the pinless dialing aspects. Next Mobile 360 is, again, you take a look at comparable to Boost Mobile. We've got the same enablement with very cost advantage price points. And then we've got our prepaid solution sets along the way. Slide number 18 goes into the founding members. Ark Myman, the CEO and founder, board member, as well as myself, Michael DePrato, president, COO, and board member and founder as well. We've got on slide 19, Adib Baruch, slide 20, and Natalie Dedon, board member and one of the founders along the way. Thomas Gingrich, and we've got some exciting board members coming on with Les Paul, as well as we just recently announced Jeff Lewis to an advisory position to their board. Jeff Lewis has been very successful in the prepaid world and realm, generating over $1 billion in GPR and prepaid composition. And we're very excited to bring him on board. We feel that with the contracts that we have, along with the enablement and the management, that we're going to be able to make sure that we make our dream and our wish and our shareholder direction as becoming the largest virtual Latin bank, disrupting both telecom and the financial traditional brick and mortars into our composition. Slide 24 kind of goes into our income statement. I would say stay tuned. We've got some exciting things coming up with our Q and our holdings, as well as some announcements that I think will show a little bit more of the vision being honed in on. And again, some of the recent transactions that you should take a look at is our pending merger LOI that we signed with Azure Group. We're very excited about that. That enables us not only to increase once the merger is approved and released into everything and the due diligence is done, it would increase our income to an additional $11+ million US worth of revenue, as well as bring down our cost for acquisition for customers. So we're very excited about that, and looking at Antonio and his group to really help round out our whole story. We're excited about our current shareholders, even more excited to bring on some new family and friends along the way. And if you have any questions, please take a look at the last slide with our contacts at RedChip. And thank you for watching this, and welcome you to our family if you come on board. So have a great day. And again, Michael DePrado, Next Group Holdings. We'll look forward to your communications. Thanks, everyone.
We're now opening the line for our Q&A session with Next Group Holdings. Ticker symbol is NXGH. Again, this is Next Group Holdings. And with us today, we have President and COO Michael DePrado. Welcome, Michael.
Thank you guys for having us.
Happy to have you. We have just a few short minutes, so we'll jump right into things. Our first question, the investor would like to know if you can comment a little bit about this morning's news on AIM and what it means for the company and investors going forward.
Sure. It's actually a posturing that really helps out our balance sheet and some upward mobility on some upside in some larger lawsuits that we're going to be benefiting from if that would go positive in our direction without having any of the liabilities of that said company. So we shaved about $1.9 million off of our balance sheet on that direct debt with AIM, and about another $315,000 on another component that we converted some related parties' debt from the balance sheet also. So cumulatively, we're about a $2.2 million posture, $2.1 million posture that we just increased the health of our balance sheet in this morning's press release. So we're very excited about that. Culminating that with the up-and-coming pending merger that we're excited about with Azure Group and the rest of the family of products with Next Group Holdings, and our contracts that we executed in December with some of these very unique banking and financial models. We're very excited for the future.
Very good. Thank you, Michael. And our next question, this investor wants to know, early in April you announced the involvement of Jeff Lewis with the company. Can you talk more about his role and experience?
Sure. Jeff is a prepaid veteran, the who's who of the prepaid industry throughout the U.S., no doubt. His posturing has been instrumental with his previous companies at Discover Financial and so forth. And we're ecstatic to have him as part of the family and the growth and the insight of the direction of our board. And it's really it really fits nicely into the cross-pollination of disrupting both the financial industry of the banking industry and the traditional telecom or prepaid segment in telecom. So we're very excited to have him on board and help us, guide our ship the right path to success. He's been a formidable executive in excess of $1 billion worth of growth and revenues in the exact segment that we're in. So we're excited to have him on board.
Very good. Thank you, Michael. Yeah, with that, that takes us actually to our allotted time. For our viewers, we were just talking to Michael DePrado, President and COO of Next Group Holdings, the ticker symbol NXGH. You can learn more about Next Group right here at RedChip.com. You can also sign up for news alerts. They have a lot of great things going on. It's a great way to stay abreast of the latest developments as they happen. And again, you can do that right here at RedChip.com.